So today I'm in Union Station, and the plan is to go to New York and eventually make my way down to Zuccotti Park. This is an Occupy video. So I'm going to document my trip up to New York and then down to Zuccotti Park and check out the scene down there. This is the first time I've been in New York since this whole Occupy thing has started. Okay, so we're in stage 2 of getting to New York. We're on the train. Here's a view of the Amtrak train. Well, we just had an announcement that this train is sold out and people still haven't found a place to sit. So they're all going to Zuccotti Park, that's why. Well, we're leaving Washington, D.C. Union Station. Oh, we've made it to Newark, Delaware. Well, we're here in Philadelphia. Well, we've made it to Newark Airport.
Newark, New Jersey arriving momentarily.
There we go. There she is. The Empire State Building. So we are very close to New York City. And we should be there within about 5 or 10 minutes. Our first leg to the trip to Zuccotti Park is almost complete. Yes! Here we are, Penn Station, Manhattan. Here she comes. Time to take a right. We're on the streets of New York City.
Janet Custer. Please come to the Amtrak waiting area.
Alright, here we are. So, alright, people are already crazy. Okay, so we're now going to walk to our hotel. It's on 6th Avenue, around 50th Street. So we made it, New York City. Well, I'm in my hotel room here in New York City. So here's a view, just to start New York City waking up. There are some taxis. We're on the 33rd floor of the Hilton. But anyway, New York City at 6:30 in the morning. Plan is to do go to a few spots. Thinking of going down to Bloomberg's house. There's supposed to be a drum circle going on over there. I may pass by MF Global, and then I'm going to head over to Zuccotti Park. Well, I just dropped my wife off at her event. She has something to do here in New York City, and that's why I came along. But so here we are, New York. It's around 7:30 in the morning, and the hustle and bustle of Manhattan is in full swing. I'm at the corner of 42nd Street and the Avenue of the Americas, otherwise known as 6th Avenue. Got the Empire State Building peeking out over the trees in that direction. Grab breakfast at a Starbucks or someplace right here. Well, I'm getting close to stop number 1 on my Zuccotti Park tour, or pilgrimage. And my first stop is MF Global's offices. They're at 717 5th Avenue. And actually on 5th Avenue is a retail store. And I'm coming around the side here to the entrance. Well, here, check this out. That's an interesting symbol. I think we're getting close to the Dragon's Lair. And this is 717 5th Avenue, actually on a side street. And it looks like a Merrill Lynch office. So I'm not sure where MF Global is actually located. So somewhere in here, in that building is MF Global. I was hoping to find like a logo or something, which I could film, but I can't. I don't find it. Well, it's pretty much of a bust. I can't find any MF Global logos or any sign that MF Global is actually in this building. But when there's 117 5th Avenue. But when you look up MF Global on Google, it points to this building. So somewhere in this building, MF Global either is now or used to be. And it's, you see Merrill Lynch all over the place. So, does this mean that MF Global was somehow in cahoots with Merrill Lynch? I have no idea. The one thing that does worry me is that my retirement savings is basically in Merrill Lynch. Oh God, maybe I should pull my money out of Merrill Lynch. This is kind of scary. But anyway, so well, so much for stop one. Next stop is going to be Bloomberg's house, his residence, and see if the drum circle is actually going on there. So just to summarize, the reason why I'm looking up MF Global is that we all know it was the latest collapse of one of these private hedge funds. And the thing that's very interesting is the management of MF Global basically took the money of the depositors and used it to back up their casino bets on the European crisis. So the guy who was running MF Global at the time was the ex-New Jersey governor, Democrat, and he was also an ex-executive at Goldman Sachs. And anyway, so he was betting on the fact that the Europeans would bail out the bonds, the bond market in Europe, and bet essentially the MF Global equities on that. And he failed. He lost. It was a gamble. He tossed the dice, and the dice did not come up in his favor. So now he's resigned, and money is now disappeared from the depositors at MF Global. There's roughly $2 billion now officially missing and locked up. In the New York Times article, they were talking about there's still more than the $600 million missing. There's more like a couple of $1 billion that are now frozen of depositors' money. So basically, money was stolen from the depositors, and now they can't get their money back. So, I don't know, this is a Bertie Madoff in disguise, or what, but this is just a typical example of how the financial industry has really has overreached completely. So now on to Bloomberg. I'm walking down Fifth Avenue. What can I say? This is a great city. There's Central Park right over there. So I'm gonna basically just take a nice stroll up to Bloomberg's and enjoy the walk here. It's a wonderful city to be in anyway. All the Christmas festivities are now. Come and check this out. This is a little display here. I'm not sure what store this is, but you can see how cute and quaint this is all. You got the little horsies, carriage thing going on. Well, I'm getting close. I'm on the corner of 5th Avenue and 76th Street, and I hear something in the distance. And it can't really tell if it's construction, maybe a jackhammer or something, or if it's the drum circle. So we'll see. It's the noise is coming from up there, the direction of Bloomberg's resident. Well, you know what? I think it is a drum circle. I can hear something. Okay, so I see them across the street. They're over on 5th Avenue by the Central Park side. Alright, so we're going to have a little fun here filming the drummers. Although I don't know if they're close enough to Bloomberg's residence to really catch his attention. But they're catching a lot of attention around here anyway. Alright. They have them cordoned off. And they're Corral. These are the Corral drummers. Okay, here we go. This is part of the drummer circle. Hi. What do you got? Please here. Very good. So where's Bloomberg's house? That's it? No. That's a nice house. 49th Street. Yeah, this house is 17. It's down that way. Alright, well I'm going to head over there. Alright. So how long have you guys been at it?
I got here this morning. Some of these guys have been here all night.
Good, and you've been here all night?
Yeah.
And how long have you been here?
I got here about 8:30.
9:30. Well, keep up the good banging, the good drumming. Okay, so there you have it, the drummers. And they're here to point out what's wrong with the system. Okay. Okay. Good job, guys. Excellent work. Over to Bloomberg's place, and I guess they'll let me by since I'm not drumming. We've got eyewitness news. So there's a little media coverage here. So what's kind of interesting is that they've closed off the sidewalk here on 49th Street, and I wonder if it's because I have my, who knows? Oh, there it is. I see why. They've got the residents of Bloomberg. Is a nice little stop right over here. Take a look. There it is. And we've got a cop in front guarding 17th, 49th Street. And this is his little abode. And we've got these guys over here filming. They must be from one news channel. Hey guys, what news channel are you from?
Inside Edition.
Inside Edition? Alright, we got Inside Edition here filming the cop. So it's me filming Inside Edition and filming the cop. Excellent. Well, that man's just doing his job. Okay, this is stop number 2. So we're in some kind of a blocked off street. They want to keep protesters away, obviously. And they got the drummers off on 5th Avenue, corralled back over there, sort of safe and out of distance, but you can still hear them. And now it's off to Zuccotti Park. Alright, that'll be my last stop. So I just talked to a group of police officers right to my left here, and just to confirm, they have actually blocked off the streets in order to keep the protesters away. Well, I'm now in the subway on my way down to Zuccotti. That was kind of cute when I bought my ticket. There's a ticket. The lady who sold me the ticket said, I told her I want to go to Zuccotti Park. She says, blah, 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 this is how much it costs, this is how you go. And then she ended it with, let your voice be heard. And here she is. I have to go down to Grand Central and then change to the 4-5. And then from there, take the subway down to the Wall Street station. So here we go.
The next stop is 68th Street, Hunter College.
Stand clear of the closing.
Okay, I'm in Grand Central now. So I am there, and we're going to go to Wall Street. If I can get
The next stop is 14th Street, Union Square.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Alright.
Point that shit my way, yo.
Okay.
No cameras, my man.
Alright, so anyway, so here we are. I'm on the 405 train off to Wall Street stop. Well, I made it to Wall Street. Had a small altercation on the train because I know some guy didn't want to be filmed. But Wall Street. And I don't know which way to go to Zuccotti Park. So, should be moments away. Get into Zuccotti Park and see if anybody's still there. It's gonna be a ghost town. It'll be the ghost town of Zuccotti Park. Alright, here we go. Off into the bowels of Wall Street. Okay, well, we got a cemetery. This really is Wall Street. There we have the intersection of Wall Street and Broadway. Headed over to the New York Stock Exchange down on Wall Street in I don't know what, but I think I see the facade. It's quite famous with its pillars, very Romanesque Greek architecture. And some blockades. Looks like they also have restricted access around here. Well, they definitely have restricted access going. This is kind of a neat thing. They've got this little tent, and inside that tent, I guess that's where they check your ID or whatnot before you go into the stock exchange. I believe they jammed this place with a big protest trying to shut down the stock exchange. And they didn't. They totally failed. The stock market opened right on time. There it is, the New York Stock Exchange. Alright, so I'm going to get a closer look. Well, there it is. I don't know if you can read it. Now it's down 300 points. Oh, we got another collapse happening inside that building. Well, there's the New York Stock Exchange in its grandest glory. A lot of people, tourists, hanging about. Well, I call it the money tree. Hey! Of me there. And his photo taken by his friends. Stock market is now tanking 300 points. Sell your Italian bonds, sell your Spanish bonds, sell your Portuguese bonds, sell them all. Short the bond market. This is 60 Wall Street, and it's an open space where you can come in and hang out. So apparently a lot of the organizers come in here, and this is where they do their meetings. So I think there's been GA assemblies here, or think tanks, or there, or whatever. I'm not sure what kind of group meetings they do. But anyway, so this is the space they occupy in order to talk about issues related to the Occupy Wall Street movement. And here we go. This is the space. Now behind me, I think we actually have an assembly group going on right over here. I'm going to listen in and see what they're talking about. Okay, so this is a group meeting of some sort. It looks like they're doing some kind of an international outreach or some kind of communications or something like that. I'm going to film this a little bit. Hopefully they'll let me. Let's see what happens. Can I film?
You know, it might be more appropriate to kind of international calls, you know, a lot of issues going on.
Well, I don't want to intrude on this meeting here, but this is an organizing meeting of some sort. And I commend these guys. They're having a meeting in the middle of an open public space, and anybody can sit down and join their meeting if they want, I guess. And that can lead to a lot of chaos, believe me. So anyway, so there it is, an actual organizing meeting of the Occupy movement here in 60 Wall Street, in this very comfortable space provided by a bank. I have no idea which way Zuccotti Park is. So I just talked to a police officer, and he told me that Zuccotti Park is off in this direction, and it's surrounded by police officers. So what have they been doing? What have they been up to these days? I thought the park was cleared out. Now there's Zuccotti Park, and you can see some flashing lights. Now let's get a little closer. Let's see what we find. Okay, we're walking up Broadway. This is it. Huh. Sounds like a nice place. Very cool. There's lots of stuff.
Back? Yeah. So all that's saying is up there to have an investigation. They finally attempted to state. Now they got to file an investigation about that
Alright, what do we got here?
He bounced out. I don't think he
donations for food and animals.
If I'm not mistaken,
Alright, Occupy.
Most of the
After Vision says stronger, we need donations for being fail. Alright, so we got a couple of signs out here, but pretty much an empty park. Alright, so we made it all the way from Washington, D.C. down here to Zuccotti Park. And definitely not quite the encampment that was supposed to be here a couple of years ago. But there's still people in here. Okay. So, is this it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright, so I just talked to one of the well, I don't know, he's one of the occupiers. And, well, anyway, they've, it's a different phase of the movement, I guess. And I'm going to go inside the park and sort of cruise around. It's a nice place. It's not very large. It's like, I don't know. I guess they could build a building here, but they didn't. Check out the, this is something that you want to see. They have completely locked in the park. You've got some security people making sure, I don't know, that everything's okay. And they have a very narrow entrance to come in and exit the park. So there's pretty much controlling the space by these wires. Anyway, I'm going to go in. It's a free public park for me to come in and check it out. And here we are. This is an underused space at this point. There's some maintenance going on over here. They're making sure this park stays nice and clean. But pretty much in the center of Zuccotti Park, we take a 360. You're basically surrounded by security and fences, and there are a couple of guys over there, and that's pretty much it. And of course you've got the birds. Alright, the doves have now occupied the park. So this is what I guess remains of the tour occupiers. Couple guys up, here go the birds. Got some colorful characters.
Do you have a lead?
What I like is all the filming that goes on, all the interviews. So that guy interviewing this guy.
Oh, wow.
Well, one last comment before partying Zuccotti Park. Something that people probably don't take much note of is that the park is right next to Ground Zero. That is Ground Zero, and I think this is one of this building here is Freedom Tower, or I'm not sure, one of the big towers. It's supposed to replace the World Trade Center. So all this protesting was happening right across the corner from Ground Zero. Go figure. And this pretty much concludes my little video odyssey here in Zuccotti Park. It's nice to be here and actually see where the movement started. It's very apropos with Wall Street being just around the corner. And anyway, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed it.